Samsung has collapsed -8.77% to $255,000, a historic single-session move that demands your attention. In this video we break down what is driving this and what it means. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. It is Monday, July 20th, and this is your complete global market briefing. Caution prevails across asset classes. Equity markets are responding to reports that S&P 500 and NASDAQ end higher on cool inflation data, solid bank earnings. Let us start with a quick look at how the major global markets are positioned today. Starting with the major global indices. S&P 500 dipped -1.01% to $7,457.69. Investor sentiment is being shaped by stock market today. Dow, S&P 500, NASDAQ rise as Apple notches record high Yahoo Finance. NASDAQ 100 is down -1.49%, trading at $28,593. Equity markets are responding to reports that Wall Street ends lower as chip weakness offsets solid earnings, economic data. Dow Jones dipped -0.77% to $52,146. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Wall Street ends lower as chip weakness offsets solid earnings, economic data. DAX slipped -0.34% to $24,831. This comes as oil prices rise after Kuwait says Iran attacked water desalination and power plant, adding pressure to energy markets. FTSE 100 is trading higher by +0.27%, at $10,600. Equity markets are responding to reports that S&P 500 and NASDAQ end higher on cool inflation data, solid bank earnings. Now let us turn to some of the biggest names in global equities. Samsung made a dramatic move today, plunged -8.77% to $255,000. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Samsung profit surges over eightfold to beat estimates as RE boom fuels memory chip crunch. The HBM supply competition with SK Hynix is the defining story. Samsung needs to close the yield gap to win hyperscaler HBM contracts. Consumer DRAM pricing is recovering as inventory normalizes. Watch for any Nvidia or Google qualification update on Samsung HBM. Kotak Mahindra Bank surged +3.57% to 389.95 Indian rupees in a significant session. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Kotak Q1 FY27 presentation, 23% profit growth, asset quality improves, investing.com. With momentum this strong, traders will be watching the $413.35 level closely. A clean break there would confirm the uptrend and could bring in additional momentum buyers. Risk management remains critical, always size positions according to your own risk tolerance. TCS made a dramatic move today, surged +3.09% to 2,269 Indian rupees. Equity markets are responding to reports that TCS begins FY27 with continued growth, wins multiple RE transformation deals, Tata Consultancy Services. The 26 to 28% EBIT margin band has been consistently delivered. The market wants to see whether AI-driven productivity allows margin expansion beyond the upper end of that range. Attrition stabilization is a positive signal on demand confidence. AI services deal conversions are the emerging growth driver. Meta dropped sharply -2.79% to $646.01. Investor sentiment is being shaped by three RE spend metrics that keep me buying Meta leading up to earnings report, 24/7 Wall St. The advertising engine continues to outpace expectations. AI-driven targeting improvements are delivering direct revenue per user gains each quarter. The key variable to watch is engagement per user as Reels, Stories, and Threads compete for time. Reality Labs' losses are the one overhang, but core momentum is exceptional. Now let us dig into the macro picture driving these moves. On the geopolitical front, this comes as oil prices rise after Kuwait says Iran attacked water desalination and power plant, adding pressure to energy markets. This is adding a risk premium across energy markets and supporting safe haven demand. Central bank policy is at the forefront of investor minds. Equity markets are responding to reports that S&P 500 and NASDAQ end higher on cool inflation data, solid bank earnings. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Wall Street ends lower as chip weakness offsets solid earnings, economic data. Turning to commodities. Brent crude surged to $88.10 per barrel, up 4.59% on the session. The move follows reports that OPEC cuts demand forecast again as the oil market starts looking past Hormuz. Crude oil prices today, oilprice.com. WTI crude surged to $81.78 per barrel, up 3.58% on the session. The move follows reports that OPEC cuts demand forecast again as the oil market starts looking past Hormuz. Crude oil prices today, oilprice.com. Natural gas climbed to $2.91, up 1.85% on the session. This comes as oil prices rise after Kuwait says Iran attacked water desalination and power plant, adding pressure to energy markets. Gold edged higher to $4,018.80 per troy ounce, up 0.83% on the session. Safe haven demand is being supported by reports that gold futures fell as rate pause offset safe haven demand. CME Group. Let us give you our near-term view on Samsung. With the selling pressure we have seen today, the key support level for Samsung is around $239,700. A failure to hold there could accelerate the decline and attract further sellers. For a recovery, bulls need to see a fundamental shift in the drivers weighing on prices. This is our view. Always do your own research. In the currency markets, euro to US dollar is at 1.14, losing 0.09% on the day. Pound sterling to US dollar is at 1.34, losing 0.26% on the day. US dollar to Japanese yen is at 162.38, gaining 0% on the day. Currency markets are reacting to week ahead for FX, bonds, US, European PMI data, ECB decision in focus. Here is your market watch list heading into the next session. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. We do the research so you do not have to hours of analysis distilled into actionable daily briefings. If that is valuable, please hit the like button. It is the single best way to support independent market analysis and help us reach more investors. Subscribe and turn on notifications for tomorrow's briefing. Drop your view in the comments. Are you bullish or bearish from here? That wraps up today's coverage from MTRS_Market Pulse. This content is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own research. Stay disciplined, and we will see you tomorrow. That is your full global market briefing from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe and turn on notifications for daily updates.